When we see injustice happening, aren't we supposed to say something? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I want to have another one of these chatty videos and talk to you guys about veganism once again. Oh, by the way, what am I saying? I forgot what I'm saying. So today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a very popular belief that veganism is a religion or a cult. Is veganism a religion? Is it a cult? My answer is absolutely not, of course. Now, I want to give you guys a bit of a background of my religious history or whatever, and also tell you guys the reasons why veganism is nothing like a religion. So let's get started. So basically, my religious background goes something like this. I went to a Catholic school from grade 2 to grade 12. So now that sounds super fancy and stuff or whatever, like uniforms and private schools and all that stuff. But actually, where I was growing up, Catholic schools were pretty much just like public schools, but they had, religion class and we prayed before school started and we went to like mass and stuff like that. So other than like those religious practices, it was pretty much a public school. I'm pretty sure it was publicly funded because I'm sure my parents did not pay for us to go to Catholic school, which is quite shady, to be honest. I mean, what happened to separation of church and state? So I went to a Catholic school for 10 years of my life in Canada, and yeah, that's my background. But to be honest with you, I label myself as an atheist. I do not believe in a higher power. I do not think that there is a higher power. I do not think that there is a heaven or a hell. I do not believe in spirits. I do not believe in the devil or God or anything like that. I am a full-on atheist and I am unapologetic about that. And I went to a Catholic school, so I know the things that they teach us. People say vegans do fear-mongering. I'm like, vegans are not doing fear-mongering. They are telling you the fucking truth. There is no fear-mongering about showing you footage of real-life footage of a slaughterhouse or a dairy farm. That's not fear-mongering. That's the real truth. Now, what's fear-mongering is telling a 14-year-old girl that she's going to go to hell and burn in hell if she doesn't believe in God. Yes, my friends, that is what has been told to me when I was 14 or 13 years old in my class called religion. My religion teacher said to me after I asked her, "What if I don't believe in God?" She said, "Well, you're going to burn in hell." If that's not fear-mongering, or I'm going to argue child abuse, then I don't know what is. But anyway, thankfully I was already smart enough to know she was full of shit. And I think I said, what if I don't believe in hell? Anyways, all of that being said, I am not against people being religious as long as you are not using this as a reason or an excuse to spread hatred and bigotry and all of the stuff that comes with organized religion that I see way too often. That's my viewpoint on religion. If you want to believe it, if you want to believe in God or, all that stuff, and if it makes you feel better, then that's totally fine with me. You can believe whatever you want. Is veganism a religion? No, it is not a religion. First of all, I am a person that believes in logic and facts and evidence, and which is why I'm an atheist, because I don't believe that there is any evidence out there of being a higher power. There is lack of evidence. So that's why I don't believe it. Until I have scientific evidence and proof, I will not rely on my faith. Now, a lot of people rely on what is called faith. Faith is something that is kind of, created in our minds from hope and really not much else. So veganism does not rely on faith. That's the number one thing. It does not rely on, believing in something without evidence. It relies on actual facts. What's actually happening in the real world. Billions and billions of animals are being enslaved, tortured, abused, and then killed as a result of our dietary choices. I say choices for a reason, because it's a choice that we are making here. It's not a mandatory thing that we eat animal products. So we are not relying on faith. We're relying on cold, hard evidence. We are ruining our environment. Animals feel pain and they can suffer and they know what's going on. This is a fact. Animals are being abused, tortured, raped, killed as a result of our dietary choices. We don't need to eat animal products to survive and to thrive. That is also a fact. All of these are facts, and all of these are facts that we all agree with, pretty much. It's not just vegans that say they're against animal abuse. It's everybody, every single person. If you walk down the street and ask anybody, anyone with a sound mind, ask them if they are against animal cruelty, and 100% guaranteed they will all say yes. But yet, we're all contributing to it. So it's not based on, you know, believing in something without evidence. This is based on actual evidence and real life situations. People are like, yeah, but veganism is a belief system. You believe that it's wrong to eat animals. So then are we going to say that it's a belief system that it's wrong to kill humans? I mean, is that a belief system or is that a fact? Is it a belief system to say it's wrong to discriminate against people based on the color of their skin? Back then, in what, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, people may have argued that it was a belief system, that, you know, simply if you're not a racist, then that's just, you know, what you believe. It has nothing to do with me. You're entitled to your own beliefs and I'm entitled to my own beliefs. However, now we've realized that you cannot make that as an excuse to spread hatred. So we've pretty much decided as a society collectively that it is wrong, it is factually wrong, morally wrong to discriminate against someone based on the color of their skin. I mean, yes, racism still happens, but it's pretty much intolerable now. And if you try to argue with someone, a logical person, that believing that black people are inferior to you because you're white or whatever, that if you think that that is simply your belief and that's your choice to believe that, then no one will actually accept that, and people would probably just think you are incredibly racist. So then why is veganism a belief system and not just something that everyone should be doing? We all believe that killing is wrong. We all believe that torturing is wrong. We all believe that, you know, taking away someone else's freedom is wrong. And yet when it comes to animals, we somehow just ward that off, and now we don't believe it at all. When it comes to farm animals, I should say, all of these animals are sentient beings, and they can feel pain, and they can feel suffering, they can feel happiness, they can feel joy, they can feel all sorts of feelings that we all feel. Yes, we are all different, just like I'm different from every other woman, I'm different from every other man, I'm different from every other human being on this planet. But we all have certain things in common, and that's what we should focus on. When we look at anti-racism, we're not focusing on the difference of the color of our skin, we're focusing on the similarities. We're all human beings, we all, you know, we can all love, we all feel emotions, we all feel, you know, pride, joy, and that's what we need to focus on. But this extends to other animals, not just human beings and dogs and cats. This extends to all other animals that can feel these things and that want freedom and they want to live and they don't want to die. The only reason why we don't believe it extends to all of them is because we have been conditioned by our society to not extend our compassion to them. That's it. I mean, this has nothing to do with religion. You can be religious, you can be an atheist, you can be whatever you want to be, and you can be a vegan. It is not a religion. And I think the reason why people think it's a religion or a cult is because vegans want to make more people vegan. We want to spread the message of veganism. And this is somehow similar to, I guess, religious people that want to spread their religion, that want people to join their church or whatever. So I guess people will put the two and two together and think that vegans are like religious people because they're so preachy and they're so yada yada yada. So I get why people are mistakenly believing that religion and veganism are like hand in hand, but they're really not. First of all, the reason why vegans want more people to be vegan is simply this. Again, it's based on facts and economy, really, because the less people consume animal products, aka the more vegans there are, less animals will be suffering, less animals will be bred and will be raised to be meat, and less animals will be killed, and overall the amount of pain caused would be decreased, which is why we want more people to become vegan so we can save more animals. That is it. I don't believe that there is some kind of vegan heaven out there for me, okay, when I die or whatever. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe in hell. I don't believe in any of this. I don't want to spread this message because I think that I'm somehow going to benefit from it because the vegan gods will come and save me or something. Like, I don't believe that. It's not about that. The reason why we're spreading it is simply because we can see the victim, we hear the victims, we've made a connection that these victims don't necessarily have to be human beings. You know, if this was happening to human beings, you would want everyone to know, wouldn't you? If this was happening to dogs, you would want people to know, wouldn't you? Imagine you saw a documentary about what's going on currently and you saw something like a slaughterhouse for human beings or something, okay? Some crazy ass shit. Imagine if you saw that. Wouldn't you want everyone to fucking know about it? Wouldn't you want to spread the message to every single person? That's not religious. That's just you being like, hi, there's people dying here. There's people suffering. There's people begging for their lives here. Someone wake up and smell the blood. So it has nothing to do with getting people to go to church or whatever like this. I don't care what you do, but we're just trying to decrease the amount of torture and abuse and suffering of animals. And to be honest, haven't we all been told when we were young to not shut up when we see things happening that are unjust? You know, unjust, unjust. When we see things happening that are evil, when we see injustice happening, aren't we supposed to say something? Isn't that what we've been taught as human beings? You know, to be decent human beings. I know I've always been taught that. When I was young, I've always been taught if you see a kid being bullied, or if you see someone being victimized, someone that's weaker than you, that's being victimized by someone that's stronger, and if you don't speak up about it, and if you don't try to do something about it, then you're just as bad as the person that's doing the abuse. Now, why does this not extend to other animals? Why does this not extend to those pigs that are squealing for their lives? Why does this not extend to those cows that are begging for their child back? Why does this not extend to them? Because they can't speak for themselves? Since when was that a reason to abuse someone? People say vegans need to shut up, but really, that's going against everything we've been taught to become decent human beings. You don't shut up when you see abuse going on. You don't shut up when you see injustice happening. You don't shut up until all of this is done, until all of this is over, until people and other animals are not victimized anymore, until we create a society where everyone can live in harmony. This is injustice. This is not nature. This is not the circle of life. This is injustice. And this has nothing to do with being religious or being a cult. It's not a cult. It is simply people trying to make this world a better place, and to make it a better place not just for us, but for other animals that share this earth with us. Whew. Now I get why people think some vegans are very cult-like or whatever, because a lot of people are, you know, very, I guess, mean to non-vegans, and I get that. That I think needs to change, and I will probably do a separate video on that. But overall, veganism itself is not a religion, it's not a cult, it's not some crazy ass phase that's happening, okay? It's something that is incredibly important to the future of our own species and our own planet. So anyways, I don't even know what the hell I just said. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!